Hey, three tactics that are going to really help you at the start of each month. Okay, so the first one we're going to go into when you start a new month is we're going to evaluate your energy level. Okay, this one is critical. And what do I mean by that? We want to make sure that we're at optimal levels of our energy. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at our sleep. How much sleep are we getting? What time are we going to bed? What time are we waking up? How much sleep do we actually need? Is it 6 hours? Is it 7 hours? Is it 8 hours? Is it 9 hours? So what I want you to do right here, and you can put post like comment below, how many hours of sleep you feel is best for you, and I want you to actually test this. So I want you to go for this week, do what you think is the best optimal sleep for you, but I want you to really dial it in. If you're saying you're going to go to sleep right at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, go to sleep right at 11 o'clock. And whatever time you want to get up, let's say at 7, okay, let's test that out, but let's test it for a full week and then write down how you feel and evaluate your day. Okay. Because what I would do for my coaching clients when we first started is I would try to dial in where they were working the best, how much sleep they needed. So I'd have them go to sleep at different times. I would test it from 6 hours to 7 hours to 8 hours, right? In some cases nine, in some cases five, like myself. But most people, there's a certain spot that we want to get to them, and then we want it to be consistent. So once you know this is the your optimal time, this is the time that you want, then I want you to fight as hard as you can to follow in that, right? Because the more you get these regularities and the more you get consistency with your body, where we're going to sleep at the same time, waking up at the same time, it's definitely going to help you. So give that a try. And then the next week, mix it up, either add an hour or subtract an hour or try different times. But by the end of this month, I want you to know exactly when the best times for you to be the most productive each week is. So study that out, do that, post below in the comments what times that you're going to give it a shot, and we'll start from there. So that's the first one. Then the next thing is I would say is working out. If you're not working out, start. Even if it's doing cardio, a certain amount of steps, if it's doing weights, which I strongly suggest, right? We want to build that muscle mass, keep it strong. I think that's going to really help your energy levels also throughout the day. Find out if you wake up, go right to the gym. That's great at 6 or 7. Okay, like I always try to do. I do two workouts, so I also hit one either in my office or in the evenings. But figure out your routine and then stick to it. And the same thing, let's really focus on it for a week or two so we can evaluate. And if you're not doing it, try it. I think you're gonna like it. And if you are, let's be very consistent with our routines. Okay, so that's the second part is I want you to really focus on consistency, working out every day at the same time. I think it's going to increase your energy level, which is going to increase, of course, how you're feeling and your production levels as well. And then the third thing I would say, just on that first part for energy, is your food. So we want to eat as clean and as healthy as possible, and we want to eat at specific times. So whatever the time that you want to start your meal, do it the same times each day. So if you're doing two or three, or if you're doing six small, whatever you're doing, try to dial that in so it's very consistent for your body, so it's used to digesting food, it's used to doing, even if you're fasting in between or whatever you're doing. Make sure you're being as consistent as possible, and let's see if that helps affect your overall energy. Because my theory is the more abundant energy we have, the more consistent we're feeling, it's so much easier to get through the day and win the day, which is really what we want to do. Okay. So the second thing that I would say is how much you're going to focus on work, dividing your day. So as you know, if you've watched the previous videos, if you haven't, please make sure you go back through and check some out. I think they're really valuable for you. Let's make sure that we're starting and kind of recommitting and focusing on the first half of our day is going to be keeping that pipeline going. So that's going to be any type of prospecting, anything that we're setting up, so that we can fill those appointments in our sales and the money making activities in from lunch, let's say, to the evening. So we really want from like 12 to 6, generally speaking, to be our appointment setting times. And we really want our consistent prospecting in that morning. It is going to absolutely help you crush your goals each month if you continue to do that. And then another little pro tip that I like to do, especially at the beginning while we're building out all the habits or even improving, is go for like 45 or 50 minutes of that hour, go really hard, go all out, then take a mental break for 5 or 10 minutes, sometimes 15. This is where you're going to adjust and see. Just unwind for a few moments, focus, relax for 5 or 10 minutes, and then go hard for the next 45, 50 minutes. Okay. I've seen people do this in a 90 also, and then an easier activity. What I have found works best for me, if I go for about 50 minutes, kind of an all-out assault, and then I take a 10-minute break, unwinding, get a drink, um, just relax for a moment, visualizing my next activity, but kind of a little bit of a slower downtime, I tend to be more productive than just an all out where I'll eventually kind of burn out and then it slows me down throughout it. So if you can test that, see how it does. If you're doing something like that, post in the comments below. But I think that will be another thing that's tactically really helpful is to kind of go hard and then take a break for about 10, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you need. But test those amounts out so that you can dial in so that the hope is we make this month a lot better, but we go for the next months and we make those absolutely killer for you. Okay. And then the final thing, and this is a really, really good tactic that I would say, don't worry about last month. Okay. Don't think if you did great, awesome. If you didn't hit your goals, don't worry about it. We're just going to focus on right now, right? Every day, we're going to forget about yesterday in a sense, and we're going to do our absolute best today. And here's another thing that we can really look at. Let's say if we're behind our goals, it's okay, adjust. How do we improve? Okay, do we need to adjust the goals? Do we need to work harder? Could be a combination of that. If it's a completely unrealistic goal, okay, and we're going all out, then adjust it. I would rather us be hitting goals and staircasing those up and getting that consistency and used to it than some massive goal we haven't so that our faith is lost and we don't believe in it and we stop working hard after a week. Right? I have learned this doing it the hard way where I would set crazy goals, right? I wouldn't achieve them, right? I would do well, but in my own mind, I wouldn't. I think it's much better to just reset it, figure out exactly what you need to do, step up on the work or skill level to achieve it, but tactically forget about that last month. Just focus on this day, this hour, this activity. So being present in that moment, and then adjusting. What can we do differently? So if last month we didn't hit it, okay, do we need to set more appointments? Do we need to focus more on that? Do we need to do more social media activities? Do we need to make more content? Do we need to improve it? Really break out each plan so that we stay on track for our quarter goals and we can try to make that up the best we can. But don't dwell on the past. Let's just go from right now what we can do to improve. Okay, those three things have really helped me. Hopefully, this will help you. And make sure jump in my free coaching groups if you want the accountability piece. Just go right to paid if you want to get that. But I want you to be successful, so I'm going to be doing these things as often as I can, daily, and trying to really bring value and, of course, improve for you. Right? I want to be the best version. So thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and put your comments down if you like this video. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks again. Take care.